Squad. Is that correct?
What's the O2 Draft Squad?
No, it's just a website, o2drop.com.
Oh,
yeah.
I played against a guy in DC, the O2. They just started it off.
Yeah. So all those guys
won
are
nationals.
Yeah, nice guys. So he's playing Enchantress. They're going to game 3. Enchantress is a crazy combo deck. I'm gonna try to look for their deck list. And
can High Tide beat a resolved confinement?
Resolve. Well, we have to look at his deck list.
Oh yeah, he has a Cunning Wish.
Yeah. So Eric Becker could Cunning Wish for the wipe away.
Or Echoing Truth.
Or Echoing Truth. Yeah. All right. So you control Eric's deck list. And Paul Lynch here is playing anything crazy. What is he bringing in? Choke? Does Choke do anything versus High Tide? I mean, High Tide has all islands, but I'm not even sure if Choke is like what you want.
I don't know.
I guess depends on. Good. Just
because
Choke.
I think it's good because you're just trying to build up a critical mass of enchantments. Enchantments anyway. Why wouldn't you bring in your Choke to slow them down?
So bring in 3 Choke, bring in 4 ley lines.
Yes, I think Leyline would be good. I don't know.
He's gonna bring in a Nevermore. Nevermore is the meddling mage without legs.
I love Innistrad Limited. I got blown up by Nevermore in Limited.
Really?
Yeah. Hit my spider spawning, couldn't win.
Oh, okay. Did you have multiple spawnings? Or
I had multiple spawnings.
You were like the blue-green like self-mill deck?
Perfect deck with just that as a kill.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm not sure what else he might bring in.
Oh, Austin Bench. I don't know what question I'm supposed to answer. I'll try to get back to it. Can you resend it to my Facebook so it's on top and I know what it is?
All right, cool. They're debating if they're going to keep their hand. I think Paul said he'll keep. I think Eric's the one who's thinking about it. Yeah. So with all this mana ramp, Paul could just come out really quick. I like the main deck Blood Moon. That's something pretty cool. Blood Moon's not
kind of interesting.
Yeah, Blood Moon's not very good versus Eric, so he's boarded out. But all right, so there's a Terminal Leyline, Windswept Heath.
Probably Wild Growth.
Yeah, it could be a Wild Growth. Utopia Sprawl maybe.
Or Utopia Sprawl, yeah.
It's pretty cool how he gets to play 2 Green Sun Zeniths for the Enchantress.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So it's like Green Sun,
and he has to have a land too, correct?
Oh, the Dryad Arbiter you're talking about?
Yeah, he doesn't.
No, he does not.
It seems interesting why you wouldn't.
All right, so there's a strong glare there.
Which one is that again? Oh, it's the look at the top three card.
Yeah. So it's the Elephant Grass?
No, Elephant Grass is the attack.
Yeah, this is the...
I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, alright. Well, anyway. There's a Sterling Grove?
Yes.
Wow, yeah, it's just a really bad glare.
Or it might be his sleeves.
Yeah,
it looks like his sleeves.
Yeah, I think it is his sleeves. Maybe he like re-sleeved for top 8 or something.
Well, we haven't seen him on camera yet.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, there's a Spell Pierce.
I think it's the Miri's Guile.
Yeah, that could be it. All right, so Eric's gonna, lay a second land for the turn.
Miri's Guile.
Miri's Guile, sure. Oh, okay, yeah, Miri's Guile. All right, there's a Ponder. So let's see what Eric decides to do with his top 3. Paul's hand looks pretty good.
He's gonna start slamming Enchantresses.
Yeah.
Well, Eric's gonna have to combo off through a Leyline, which I don't think is that difficult.
No, I mean it's definitely possible, just because he's gonna cycle through so many cards in his deck. So unlike the Ad Nauseam deck where it doesn't really have too many answers and doesn't have card draw.
The FNM? I will not be visiting the FNM because I will... In Roanoke, yeah, I will not be visiting the FNM in Roanoke because I will be traveling for the GP. But if there's a draft or something during the weekday, I probably will stop by. I don't know what the schedule is like there.
Yeah, shoot Brad a message on Facebook, send him the schedule. Maybe he'll show up.
I like jumping into new queues.
All right, so
I'll probably FNM sometime. I'm moving there, so.
All right, so second island, passes the turn. Paul again looks at the top 3, gets to dig for what he wants. Oh, there's a choke, I believe.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, that's a. I'm almost certain that's a choke.
All right, yeah, we got to get rid of that.
Yeah. And there's a forcible. Again, Eric, forces and then...
Yeah, it doesn't...
Yeah, thinks of... He's like, you know what? I don't want that card in play, but I'm not too sure what I'm going to discard for my force.
The funny thing is there's a lot of these little subtle plays like this that until somebody is told directly...
Exactly, yeah.
They just don't know about it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it. So they're definitely going to go back and they're going to watch it. And they're going to be like, you know what? Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
I remember a couple years ago reading Paulo Vitor articles, and one thing like he would say in his article that I never thought about, and then I never went back from doing it.
What was it?
It was a play. We'll play the match. I'll talk about it later.
Sure, yeah, okay.
Okay, activates Mirror's Guiles again.
Thinking like, what he wants to do here. And he draws, I think it was a Taiga he drew. And he's going to try his luck with the... Enchantress.
Well, it's the Enchantment Enchantress. I don't know
what it's called. Enchantress
Enchanted Presence.
Yeah.
Alright, Cunning Wish at end of turn.
Yeah.
Gets a big thumbs up.
What do you think he's going to Cunning Wish for here?
Something to get rid of Leyline, I'm guessing. He's going to have to get that eventually.
Yeah,
or maybe something to start the combo, because once he starts comboing, he can find probably Cunning Wish.
Yeah, maybe he's going to go for like a card draw or something.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's not under any pressure right now.
Does he have a High Tide sideboard? I don't even know how it works.
No, all his High Tides are main deck, yeah.
Turnabout?
I mean, you have the deck list there.
Yeah, I mean, he could have sideboarded weird. He went for Turnabout, but...
Well, Cunning Wish is only instant.
Turnabout isn't an instant?
No, High Tide is a sorcery, correct?
High Tide's a sorcery? No, High Tide's an instant.
Is it instant?
Yeah, like everything in his deck is an
everything's
instant.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I guess I can't guarantee. I'm pretty sure it's an instant speed spell, though. I would bet. Yeah.
High Tide's an instant? Okay, alright. Alright, so Eric passes the turn. He's going to activate Mirror's Guile. And he's going to rearrange some of his top cards.
Alright, Wild Growth comes down on
the Plains.
Can it? I thought it was Enchant Forest, or is that the other one?
I'm not exactly too sure.
I know Utopia Spell's Enchant Forest.
Yeah, I think
Enchant Land.
Yeah, I think Wild Growth is Enchant Land.
We are starting to go off with Enchanted Presence.
Yeah, he's just drawing a card every time he plays an enchantment. So he's going to cycle through his deck pretty deep.
Second. And I don't even know what that is. Is that the Replenish?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Bring it back like a choke. What is it? You played a white spell. It looks like the 3 colorless white. Bring back all your enchantments.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even see it in his. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what Eric's thinking about. Is it still on the stack, I guess? Yeah, I mean, it's definitely Replenish, yeah. So, okay. Yeah, Paul plays 2 Replenish main deck.
Alright.
I guess Eric's debating, what will happen here. Alright, so he's going to go with the Force of Will.
Just cannot let that choke resolve.
And he's thinking, what he wants to discard here, what he wants to remove from the game. And he removes a Turnabout.
The Turnabout that he Cunning Wish for.
Yeah, I mean, this game is looking really bad for Eric. He's almost out of resources. Just 3 lands in play, looks like 3 cards in hand. And Paul's just kind of having a field day over there.
Oh, yeah.
Doing what he wants.
Next turn he's going to look at the top 3, then he's going to play another Enchanted Presence. Going to start going up even more.
Yeah, just pretty much like cycle through his entire deck. Then eventually he'll get a Words of War and just finish Eric off. Alright, so 4th land for Eric. Paul will use Mary's Guile.
Oh, there's a Sanctum.
Yeah, Sarah Sanctum. That's the White Teleria Academy.
Yeah.
The White Gaia's Cradle, however you want to look at it.
The only thing is if he doesn't hit enough artifacts to draw a bunch of cards. Yeah, he's going to shuffle because even though there's a Sanctum that's good, he's running out of enchantments.
Yeah, exactly, yep. Alright, so he sacks the Windswept Heath, shuffles his deck, fetches up the Forest. I think I played against Enchantress just one time.
I played against a couple times, mostly because my roommate used to love it. It might not even been Legacy, it might have been an older form, I don't remember, it was years ago, but I played him against this deck so many times.
Yeah, these are definitely cards you don't see every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even in Legacy. And I play a lot of Legacy. Or at least a fair amount. Alright, so there's another...
second copy comes down.
Yeah. Paul's going to have to pay for it. Alright. So Paul's empty-handed right now. He'll draw.
Draws a card. Hopefully it's an enchantment.
I'm not sure what that was. Looked like a spell, though.
Yeah, if it's a spell, he's drawing.
That should look like an Elspeth. Okay, Sterling Grove. So
now he's going to draw two.
Now he'll draw two cards.
And does not have enough mana to do anything super exciting.
I think that's going to resolve. I feel like if Eric had a counter, he would have countered the second presence. But I could be wrong. Oh? Oh, he's going to wipe away the ley line.
Oh, because it's going to give it Shroud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, now he's going to draw two. 1, 2. He already put a land this turn. There's another Sterling Grove. 1, 2. Then he's going to pass...
Alright, so Eric has to go off this turn.
Yeah, pretty much. He might be able to. You never know with High Tide. Alright, there's the High Tide. And there's the Time Spiral. Alright, so he's showing us a double ley line there. I mean, he has no mana floating, but he'll have access to 8.
Yes, and 7 new cards.
Yeah, so if he draws a land, he'll have 10. Yeah, I guess he could do it.
Yeah, he can definitely go off here.
Yeah, alright. So would you say Eric's a favorite here?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I definitely think Eric's a big favorite right now.
Okay.
Because, I mean, he has to be over 50% to combo, right?
Yeah, you're definitely right, yeah. Especially with access to 10 mana.
Yeah.
It should be fine. Alright. So they're going to do some pile shuffling. Make sure the deck's completely random here. And, yeah, I mean, could Paul have done anything different that turn?
Look at how calm and collect and slow he's pile shuffling his deck.
Yeah.
It's like, this is for it all.
Yeah, but it pretty much is. I mean, if he gets a bad draw, it's...
Yeah.
I mean, because, like, Paul's going to have 7 new cards with, like, just look at his board. So, all right, Paul's definitely going to need to find something here. But, yeah, I agree with you. I would say he's probably, like, 65?
Another pile shuffle.
75 to win?
I mean, these are just arbitrary numbers. We have no clue.
Yeah, we really don't know. But we'll find out soon. So Eric with his back to the wall now has a pretty exciting turn. High Tide Time Spiral. Gets to untap all 4 of his lands. Normally he can untap up to 6 lands. And Time Spiral is just a crazy card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, those cards don't get shuffled back in because they were removed from the game. You remove Time Spiral from the game, and you could... the other blue cards were from Force of Wills, I'm guessing. Alright. Ninja cut right there.
It's nothing. He's got nothing. Paul totally just destroyed him.
Alright, let's see what Eric has. Alright.
Come on, Eric. Let the camera see it.
Yeah, his hand's way off camera, so really no way to tell. So Paul's thinking, you know, 2 turnabouts are out of the game.
Yeah.
There's a Time Spiral removed from the game. seeing if his odds get better. All right, so Eric with 4 lands, but for the rest of the turn, all his islands will produce double mana.
And if he has another, if he just hits another high tide, then it's going to be 3. I think we're going to see another high tide here. I guess Ponders and Brainstorms.
So he taps an island for blue, and there's a Brainstorm. So he has 1 mana floating. Figuring out what he wants to do with the Brainstorm. Which cards are you going to put back, which cards he's going to keep. Wow, there's another high tide, so he has more than enough mana.
So right now he can produce 9 mana that's in play.
Yeah, so Eric has access to 9 mana. I see a turnabout as well. So, alright, so there's a Scalding Tarn, so he's up to 12 mana.
But he still needs to do something with it.
Yeah, he needs to find a Brain Freeze or get enough mana to blast Blue Sun Zenith. Yeah.
Well, if he has Blue Sun Zenith, he has enough mana to probably go off if he just casts it on himself.
Cast Blue Sun on himself and then just, leave some mana floating to do some more things. That definitely seems reasonable as well. Alright, so Paul's going to give Eric a shuffle here. So Eric with no mana floating, but with access to 12 lands. Yes, 12 mana. Alright, so he's tapping for a blue. There's a Brainstorm. So it's 2 mana floating, and this is the 5th spell of the turn. So Storm counts on 5. 1, 2.
It's got to be just so nerve-wracking for Paul. He's just F6'd.
I think I just saw a Cunning Wish, and that's probably going to do it.
Yeah. And there's...
Is that a Merchant Scroll as well? Merchant Scroll, Cunning Wish, Turnabout, Force.
Yeah, his hand looks so stacked right now.
Yeah. I think he's going to check a sideboard. They changed the rules. You're allowed to check your sideboard now during the game.
I mean, that's been a couple years.
Yeah, well, I mean, back in the day, it was illegal to do that. So Eric's gonna.
I wonder what he's tanking on, unless we saw his hand incorrectly. Yeah, I mean, I guess I do when I like am gonna win the match or win a game, and my opponent can't interact with me any. I always like to double and triple check just to make sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we don't even know for sure if Eric's gonna win.
Yeah.
We don't know what's exactly in the sideboard. We don't know his full hand content. I think a turnabout's gonna happen right now. Yep, there's a turnabout. So he's gonna untap his 5 lands. So he's gonna have an additional 15 mana once he untaps. Each one of those islands produce blue.
It's a lot of blue.
Yeah. He's still thinking, What can I do?
It's like the mirror pose, but the guy behind Eric.
I believe Storm is up to 6 right now. The dice is still at 5, but that turnabout was a 6 spell. Okay, so there's a Merchant Scroll.
7th spell.
What do you think he's going to go fetch up with that Merchant Scroll?
I don't know. I mean, he could go for his Brain Freeze. He could hit another Brainstorm.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing he's just going to go get the Brain Freeze.
What do you think about Meditate?
Yeah, you could get Meditate. Drawing 4 cards is pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like the Brain Freeze is not enough, so...
If he doesn't have any other spells in hand.
Yeah. Unless he had like a remand. You could go Brain Freeze, remand, Brain Freeze. That would be enough.
Yes, it would.
So Cunning Wish.
Cunning Wish for Brain Freeze, just to add more spells to the count.
That might be what he's trying to do here.
Or just Cunning Wish for Cunning Wish for Cunning Wish. Okay.
So Cunning Wish so it looks like an intuition. So he's gonna
Casting Intuition.
casting intuition now. Now what is he gonna intuition for?
I have no clue.
Time Spiral?
This just has to be so miserable for Paul just to sit there and watch.
Okay, for
3
Merchant
Merchant
Scrolls.
Scroll.
Alright. So then he's got a Merchant Scroll. Maybe for Brain Freeze now?
Yeah.
I think he's still thinking if it's enough. Looking through his deck. Alright, there's a Brain Freeze. So I'm not exactly too sure of the exact storm count, but
It's very high.
10? 9?
And he still has 12 mana on board.
So Brain Freeze, Cunning
Pretty
Wish.
much Brain Freeze.
Yeah. So that's 30. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So
that's definitely plenty.
yeah, that's well over 60 cards, and he doesn't even need 60.
No.
Probably needs about like 45,
Eric gets it.
40 or so. All right, and a High Tide player makes it to the top 4, and Paul Lynch, nice showing with his Enchantress deck, falls slightly short to Eric Becker's High Tide deck.
Yeah.
So we have High Tide in the top 4.